Hey there, mates. For I am James Paddington Bear. Bing bong. No, that's not it. That's just what the sounds I'm hearing, these bing bongs. Blackpool! The third. And we're here for another episode of your NXT UK rubbish. So, you know what? I could just tell by looking at it. This pint is not even piss warm. Unbelievable. Someone should be reprimanded. And it certainly is not going to be Blackpool. So, this week, we're talking about the bloomin' eck. The bloomin' eck of an NXT UK episode we got this week. They knocked it out of the park. I mean, you know, we're talking obviously a football park. I don't know what you stupid Americans call it, but wow. So let's get started. We have first match. Ilja Dragunov from Moscow, Russia versus Noam from Ayr, Scotland. And the Scottish Supernova battled the crazy Russian. And this match was absolutely bonkers. I mean, these two mates were beating the piss out of each other. Noam with submissions and flippy doodahs. Ilja Dragunov with like his elbow things, and you know, it ended with the Torpedo Moscow. Ilja Dragunov got the pin. 1, 2, 3. Big victory for Ilja Dragunov, but Noam looked fantastic. He continues to impress Blackpool each week. So, mates, if you want a rating for this match, we're going to have to give this one a 8.5. Piss warm pints. And up next, we had an impromptu tag team championship match featuring Pretty Deadly, that's right, Sam Stoker and Lewis Howley. Yes, boy! And they were up against none other than Jack Starz. And they said if Jack Starz could find himself a tag team partner, he would get a title match. Well, he brought out Nathan Fraser, that Jersey wanker. We're talking the Isle of Jersey. Settle down there, you Americans thinking I'm talking about the Jersey of New. Unbelievable. Well, this tag team championship match was quite good. I mean, Pretty Deadly are fantastic. Jack Starz looked pretty good, and Nathan Fraser, even though he's a Jersey wanker, he is quite impressive. But in the end, Nathan Fraser got taken out near the guardrail. Jack Starz got hit with the spilled milk. Spilled milk by Pretty Deadly for the 1, 2, 3. Pretty Deadly are your winners, and I don't see anyone taking those tag team titles off them anytime soon. So, mates, with that being said, we're going to have to give this one a 8. And there you go, mates. Moving on, we have a singles match with Flash Morgan Webster representing Subculture. Now, NXT UK is really pushing this subculture thing, but we know deep down inside Flash Morgan Webster is a Welsh boy. And We're a fan of the Welsh boy, actually. I mean, he calls himself the Mod Father. Blackpool doesn't even know what that means, but he's a pretty good wrestler. And he was going up against Joseph Connors from Nottingham, England. And Joseph Connors was accompanied by Ginny, the fashionista of NXT UK. And when Ginny's out there, Blackpool is absolutely rooting for Ginny. Maybe not even Joseph Connors, but Ginny. And she interfered in the match, giving Joseph Connors the win after he hit a hangman neckbreaker. Joseph Connors got the 1-2-3. Flash Morgan Webster should have had Danny Luna, who's also representing Subculture, interfere on his behalf, and that would have canceled out Ginny. So, mates, match wasn't half bad, just wasn't as good as the rest of this star-studded NXT UK. So with that being said, we're going to give this one a 7. Piss warm points! So, that leads us to our main event of the evening. We have Rampage Brown from Leeds, England. And he's up against none other than Joe Coffey from Glasgow, Scotland, the Iron King of Gallus. Gallus boys on top! And this was a true heavyweight scrap. These two brutes beat the living piss out of each other. At one point in time, on the outside, Joe Coffey almost dived into the steel ring steps, injuring his hand, arm, shoulder area, but he held himself off. And then Rampage Brown went into the ring steps. Clearly, he is still feeling the effects of his match against Walter. So, Joe Coffey took advantage of that, hit him with that diving headbutt, that's the spear thing he does a couple times, knocking Rampage Brown into the corner, and then he does his flipping lariat, all the best for the bells, knocking Rampage Brown down for the 1, 2, 3, and Blackpool freaking called it. Scotland is victorious tonight over jolly old England. Joe Coffey's your winner. Gallus boys are on top. And mates, this main event is going to get an 8.5. Piss warm points. Ha ha ha! So there you have it. Your match of the night is Joe Coffey versus Rampage Brown and Ilja Dragunov versus Noam. And if you're looking for an average rating, well, number 1, you can piss off, but number 2, it is actually an 8. If you don't believe me, do your own math, wanker. And since Blackpool is on absolute fire with his predictions as of late, we have one match and one match only to predict for next week's NXT UK. Big time matchup for the NXT UK Women's Championship. The longest reigning women's champion in NXT UK history, Kaylee Ray from Scotland, will defend against the number 1 contender, the final boss, the best in the world, Meiko Satomura. And Meiko Satomura will be victorious. Your winner and new NXT UK Women's Champion will be Meiko Satomura. As much as I do not want to see someone from Japan hold the NXT UK Women's Championship, it's Meiko Satomura. She's not half bad. So there you have it, mates. With that being said, Blackpool just has to address one thing. There's been some recent comments in the videos lately, and Blackpool encourages all fans to comment on his videos. So, if you're gonna comment something good, great. If you're gonna comment something negative, well, that's great too, because at least Blackpool got a reaction out of you. And with that being said, you can piss off, wankers. At Blackpool says piss off. It's an actual Instagram account. Good old JPB Blackpool 3 is real, live, and in living color, baby. So, with that being said, mates, I am going to probably hold this over a flame to get this pint nice and piss warm like Blackpool likes it. And Blackpool says piss off.